Bernie's waiting for the rest of the band to practice. They're going to play out at the park tonight.
I don't know why you couldn't have helped us in the kitchen.
I had to dress for the ball.
I had to make the potato salad, stuff the eggs, and make 3 dozen bread and butter sandwiches.
I had to bathe and dust my limbs with powder and slip into my frock.
Did you clean out the bathtub?
Yes, I cleaned out the bathtub. Madge, how do I look? Now tell me the truth.
You look very pretty. I always knew you could.
I feel sort of funny.
You look wonderful in the dress. You can have it if you want it.
Thanks. Madge, how do you talk to boys?
Why, you just talk, silly.
How do you think of things to say?
I don't know, you just say whatever comes into your head.
Supposing nothing ever comes into my head.
You talked with him all right this morning.
But now I've got a date with him, and it's different.
You're crazy.
I think he's a big show-off. You should have seen him this morning on the high dive board. He did real graceful swan dives and a 2.5 gainer and a backflip. Kids stood around clapping. He just ate it up.
I think I'll paint my toenails tonight and wear sandals.
And he was bragging all afternoon about how he used to be a deep-sea diver off Catalina Island.
Honest?
And he says he used to make hundreds of dollars doing parachute jumps out of a balloon. Do you believe it?
I don't see why not.
You never hear Alan bragging that way.
Alan never jumped out of a balloon.
Madge, I think he's girl crazy.
You think every boy you meet is something horrible.
Alan took us to the Hypo for Cokes, and there was a gang of girls in the back booth. Juanita Badger and her gang. Anyways, when they all saw him, they all started giggling and tee-heeing and saying all sorts of crazy things. And then Juanita Badger comes up to me and whispers, "I think he's the cutest thing I ever saw." Is he, Madge?
Well, I wouldn't say he was the cutest thing I ever saw.
Juanita Badger's an old floozy. She sits in the back row at the movies, so the guys that see her will come in and sit with her. One time, she and Rubberneck Krause were asked by the management to leave. They weren't just kissing either.
I never even speak to Juanita Badger.
Madge, do you think he'll like me?
If you give him a chance, he will.
I don't really care. I just wonder.
Why ask me all these questions? You're supposed to be the smart one.
Not when it comes to boys. I am absolutely ignorant.
Now I tell myself I have 2 beautiful daughters.
Be quiet, Mom.
Does it really look pretty, Madge?
When she isn't picking her nose.
Madge, she doesn't want anyone else to be pretty but her.
You're just saying I'm pretty because you're my mom.
Does that keep it from being true? Run over and show Helen Potts how nice you look.
Here comes Millie Owens, the great beauty of all times. Be prepared to swoon when you see her.
Whatever possessed me to let Helen Potts ask that young hoodlum to take Millie on a picnic. Hal? Yes, Hal, whatever his name is. He left every towel in the bathroom black as dirt.
It wouldn't hurt anyone just to be nice to him.
Madge, if there's any drinking tonight, I want you to put a stop to it.
I'm not going to be a wet blanket.
Well, you better start getting dressed, darling. And don't spend the whole evening admiring yourself in the mirror.
Mom, don't make fun of me.
Madge, you shouldn't object to being kidded when it's well meant.
It just seems that whenever I'm looking in the mirror, that's the only way I can prove to myself I'm alive.
Alive?
Yes. Lots of the time I wonder if I really exist.
Madge, you puzzle me.
We've brought home your wayward girl, Mrs. Owen.
Oh, hello, have a nice party?
It wasn't a real party. Each girl paid for her own lunch. Then we played bridge all afternoon.
Well, the food's good at the hotel, isn't it?
Not very, but they serve it to you nice and honest-to-goodness napkins. Lord, I hate paper napkins.
I had the French fried pork chops, mostly fat.
Oh.
What'd you girls have?
I had the stuffed peppers.
I had the southern fried chicken.
Linda Sue Breckenridge had the pot roasted veal, and it only had one little hunk of meat in it. All we girls at her table made her call the waiter and complain.
Well, I would hope so.
Good for you. I thought by now someone might have noticed my new dress.
Oh, I was going to say something, kid, and then
Well, remember that satin back crepe I had last year?
Don't tell me.
My goodness. Mama remodeled it for me while I was away at Columbia. I felt like I had a brand new outfit. But no one said anything all afternoon.
It's so chic.
Well, we better run along, Christine. Rosemary has a date. We'll come by for you in the morning. Don't be late.
Girls, I want to tell you, in one afternoon, I feel like I've known you my whole life.
I look upon you as an old friend already. Goodbye, girls.
Bye.
What time's Howard coming by?
Oh, pretty soon. Mom, is there any hot water?
Well, you'll have to go and see, darling.
Miss Sydney, would you mind terribly if I use some of your Shalimar? Help yourself. Thanks.
Madge thinks too much about the boys, Mrs. Owens.
Madge?
It's a miracle, that's what it is. I never knew Millie could look so pretty. It's just like a movie I saw once with Betty Grable. Or was it Lana Turner? Anyway, she played the part of a secretary to some very important businessman. She wore glasses and did her hair real plain, and men didn't pay any notice to her at all. Then one day she took off her glasses and her boss wanted to marry her right away. Now I tell Millie, all the boys are gonna fall in love with her.
Millie, have a date tonight.
Yes, I'm sorry to say.
Why, Flo?
Who is he, Millie? Tell your Aunt Rosemary.
Hal?
Who?
The young man over at Helen's turned out to be a friend of Alan's.
Oh, yeah.
Helen Potts, if you went to the trouble of baking another cake.
An old lady like me, if she wants any attention from the young men on a picnic, all she can do is bake a cake. I feel sort of excited, Flo. I think we plan picnics to give ourselves an excuse. To let something thrilling and romantic happen to us.
Such as what?
I don't know. That's what's so exciting.
Mom, Millie makes me furious. Every time she takes a bath, she fills up the whole bathtub. Now there isn't any hot water at all.
Well, you should have thought of it earlier.
Oh no, it's him.
Oh, it's who? Oh, it's Howard. Hello, Howard.
If he's been drinking, I'm not going out with him.
Howdy, ladies. Mrs. Owens.
Hello, Howard.
You sure look nice, Rosemary.
Seems to me like you might have left your coat on.
Still too darn hot, even if it is September. Evening, Madge.
Hi, Howard.
How are things over in Cherryville, Howard?
Good business. Back to school and everybody buying.
When business is good, it's good for everyone.
Oh, hi, Howard.
Hey, Millie's a good-looking kid. I never noticed it before.
Mom, what time did the fellows say they'd be
At
here?
5:30, you've asked me a dozen times. Alan! He's brought both cars.
One of these days it'll be you riding around in that big Cadillac.
Everyone ready?
Come sit down, Alan.
The more the merrier.
I brought both cars. Hal's parking the Ford. The trunk in the Cadillac won't fit everything, so whatever's left over, Hal and Millie can drive out in the Ford. Isn't that beautiful?
Hi, Alan.
Hal!
Is he a careful driver, Alan?
Hey, Seymour!
Look, Seymour, I'm a big man. I'm a lot huskier than you are. I can't wear your jacket.
Then take it off.
Yes, I like to see a man comfortable.
I never could wear another fellow's clothes. I should have all my clothes tailor-made.
Hey, Hercules, you've met Mrs. Owens,
Oh, she's the mother.
and I believe you met Mrs. Potts this morning.
No, she's my best girl.
A big Lady Baltimore cake.
This little lady took pity on me when I was practically starving. Now, I ran into some trouble on the way here. These two characters robbed me of every cent I had. See, these two characters...
And this is Miss Rosemary Sidney. Miss Sidney teaches shorthand and typing at the local high school.
Yes, I'm an old maid school teacher.
Oh, I have every respect for school teachers, ma'am. A lot of hard work and not much pay.
And this is Mr. Howard Bevins. Mr. Bevins is a friend of Miss Sidney's.
I run a little shop over in Cherryvale. Notions, novelties, and school supplies. You and Alan drive on over sometime and get acquainted.
Oh, we certainly will as soon as we can fit it into our schedule. Hey, kid, you got a little tan today, didn't you? You folks should have seen Millie this morning. She did a jackknife off the high dive board.
Stop
for
it.
you.
Don't cut it out.
What's the matter, kid? Think I'm snowing you under? You know, I wouldn't admit this to many people, but she does a jackknife almost as good as me. Oh, you see, I was I was high diving champion on the West Coast, so I know what I'm talking about.
Madge, you should be getting dressed.
Go on upstairs and get beautiful for us.
Mom, can I wear my new dress?
No. I made you that dress to save for dances this fall. Go on, Madge.
I will in a minute.
Where'd you get those boots?
Oh, I guess I better apologize for the way I look. You see those two characters that I told you about? Robbed me of all my clothes, too. I went to the police.
Oh, what a pity.
You see, I guess the only reason I brought it up was I didn't want you folks to think you was associating with a bum. What the hell's the use?
Clothes don't make the man.
Helen, is your mother taken care of?
Oh, yes, Flo, I've got a babysitter for her.
Come on, Helen, let's start packing those baskets.
Oh, ma'am. You see, my old man left me these boots before he died.
That all he left you, just a pair of boots.
Yeah, he said, son, the man of the house needs a pair of boots because he's got to do a lot of kicking. And he made up a poem, too. Your wages are all spent. The landlord has your rent, so you go to your woman for solace, and she fills you full of torment. He says, son, there'll be times in your life when the only thing you got to be proud of is the fact that you're a man. So wear your boots so people can hear you when you're coming, and keep your fists doubled so people know you mean business when you get there. My old man, he was a corker.
Hal's always so shy before he meets people, and he can't keep still.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
What line of business you in, son?
Sir, I'm about to enter the oil business.
Oh,
Yeah, well, my old man was no aristocratic millionaire. He had a couple of friends who were pretty big men in their own way, and one of them wanted me to take a job in Texas on an
Dad
oil.
and I have found a place for Hal on the pipeline.
Well, gee, Seymour, why don't you let me tell the story?
After all, Hal, these people aren't interested in your life history.
Yeah. Well, I've decided to start from the very bottom. I've learned there's a lot more important things in life than money, but I sure do appreciate the opportunity, and it's all thanks to Seymour and his old father.
I think that's wonderful.
it's a good business town. A young man can go far.
Oh, sir, I intend to.
The young fellow just coming to town. He's got to be a good mixer.
Wouldn't it be nice if he could join the country club and play golf?
Oh, he won't be able to afford that.
The bowling team's a rowdy game.
And there's a young men's Bible class at the Baptist church.
Madge, are you still here?
If everyone will pardon me, I'll go get dressed.
So it's about time.
Hurry up, Delilah.
You ought to see the way Madge primps. She uses about 6 kinds of face cream, dusts herself all over with powder, and rubs perfume behind her ears so she seems real mysterious. It takes her half an hour. She won't be ready for hours.
Come on, Helen. Alan, we're gonna need a man to chip the ice and put the baskets in the car.
Oh, I'll help you, ma'am.
No, thank you. Alan, if you don't mind.
Watch your manners, Hal.
Mom,
Why don't you show the young man your drawings?
want to see my art?
You mean to tell me you can draw pictures?
Sure. That's Mrs. Potts.
Oh, it looks just like her.
I just love Mrs. Potts. When I go to heaven, I expect everyone there to be just like her.
Hey, kid. Want to draw me?
Well, I'll try.
I had a job as a model once. They had me posing raw in front of an entire class. Let's see. How's this? That's okay. I got plenty more. How's this?
Why don't you just try and look natural?
Well, gee, that's hard.
Howard, look at that sunset.
Pretty, isn't it?
That's the most flaming sunset I ever did see.
If you painted that in a picture, no one would believe you.
It's like the daylight didn't want to end, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
The daytime is going to put up a big scrap and set the world on fire to keep nighttime from creeping on.
Uh-huh. Sure, I think I see what you mean. Uh-huh.
You know, there comes a time in a guy's life when he's got to settle down. quit rolling around like a pinball.
Oh, Howard, if Milly's gonna be here, I don't think there ought to be any drinking.
What's that?
Nothing.
Hey, kid, what'd you do this afternoon?
Read a book.
You read a book in a whole afternoon?
Sure, hold still.
I'm a son of a gun. What was it about?
Well, it's sort of hard to explain. It's more the way you feel when you read it. Kind of warm inside and sad and amused, all at the same time.
Yeah, sure. I used to go with a girl who read books. She joined the Book of the Month Club. They had her reading books all the time. She wouldn't so much as finish one book, then they'd send her another.
Where you going, Howard?
I'll be right back, honey.
Oh, not bad. I sure do admire people who are artistic. Oh, can I keep it?
Sure. I write poetry, too. I've written poems I've never shown to a living soul.
No kidding.
Howard, leave that bottle right where it is.
Did she say bottle?
He's been down to the hotel buying bootleg whiskey off those good-for-nothing boarders.
Young man, maybe you'd like a swig of this.
Oh, hot damn.
Howard, put that away.
Millie's not gonna be shocked if she sees someone take a drink. Now are you, Millie?
Gosh, no.
What if someone come by and tell the school board I'd lose my job quick as you could say Jack Robinson?
Who's gonna see you, honey? Everybody in town's at the picnic.
I don't care. Liquor's against the law in this state, and a person ought to abide by the law. Isn't that what you say, young fellow?
Oh, yeah, a person ought to abide by the law.
Here, honey.
No, Howard, I'm not going to touch a drop.
One little drink won't hurt you.
I said no, and I mean no.
Now, honey, take one little drink, just for me.
Howard, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't see why.
Yes, I know why you want me to take a drink.
Oh, that's not so, honey. I just think you should have a good time like the rest of us. School teachers got a right to live, right?
That's right.
Now, Millie, don't you tell any of the kids at school.
Gosh, what do you take me for?
Anyone coming?
Coast is clear.
I want some water.
Millie, why don't you run in the house and get her some?
No, Howard. I'll get a drink from the hydrant.
Millie, my girl, I'd offer you one too, but I'm afraid your old mother would raise hell.
What Mom don't know won't hurt her.
No, kid, you lay off that stuff.
Howard, come help me. I see a snake.
You go, Millie. She don't see no snake. Drink up. Whew. Look at her there, powdering her arms. I was in love with a beautiful girl like her once. You know, every time I come over here, I look forward just to seeing her. I tell myself, Bevins, old boy, you can look at that all you want, but you couldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Well, I'm glad Seymour's got such a nice babe, because he's my buddy.
Seymour? He's a young pup. He'll go off to school soon and forget all about her.
I don't see how anybody could forget her.
Look at her, putting lipstick on that cute kisser. They tell me every boy in town has been on the make for that since she was old enough to go to Sunday school. Seems to me when the good Lord made a girl as beautiful as she is, he did it for a reason. It's about time she found out what that reason is. Look, son, if you're agonizing, I know a couple of girls down at the hotel who'd be more
That's very kind of you, but I never had to pay for it.
Well, I think that's a very fine attitude.
Lord, I thought I was going to faint.
It was just a piece of garden hose.
What have you two been talking about?
Talking about the weather, honey.
I bet.
Hey, Madge, why don't you charge admission?
Shoot, when I was a girl, I was just as good looking as she is.
Of course you were, honey.
If my father ever caught me showing off in front of a window, he'd have tanned me with the razor strap.
Of course, honey.
Because he was a God-fearing man.
Listen, Miss Sydney, it's Ernie Higgins and his happiness voice. Hey, hit it, Ernie!
Lord, I love that music. Come dance with me, Howard.
Honey, I'm no good at dancing.
That's just what you men folks tell yourselves to get out of it. Come dance with me, Millie.
Oh, I gotta leave.
Now, supposing Hal and I did that.
Go ahead for all I care. Stop it!
I thought we were doing very nicely.
Hey, Millie, come dance with me.
Well, I never dance with boys.
Honest?
I always have to leave.
Just relax and do the steps I do. Come on.
Quit clowning, Howard, and dance with me.
Honey, you don't get any fun out of dancing with me.
Am I too bad?
Nah, you just need a little practice.
Lord, I love to dance. At school, they call me the dancing fool, but some are dancing every night.
I can't stay in the kitchen while there's dancing.
Now, look, kid. I'm the man. And the man always leads everything.
I feel like Rita Hayworth.
You're doing great, kid.
One night I went to a big Valentine party. I danced so hard I swooned. That's when they called me the dancing fool.
Oh, kid. Come here, I'll show you a new move. I learned it in L.A. Try it.
Isn't he graceful?
Oh, gee, that looks hard.
Just give it a little try.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that one's just too hard.
Ah, the hell with it. Look, kid, if you learn this step, you will be the sharpest kid in town.
Yeah, but I...
It's easy. Just give it a little of this, and give it a little of that.
Howard, this is the way to dance.
Sure. You sure look pretty, Madge.
Thank you, Howard.
Madge, would you like to dance?
More dancers. We've turned the backyard into a ballroom.
I thought you couldn't dance.
The young man's teaching Millie a new step.
I've been trying to teach it to Alan.
Look, everyone, Madge can do it too.
Hey.
It's like they were made to dance together, isn't it?
Can't you dance that way?
Me? No.
Then keep out of my way. I danced so hard one night I swooned right in the center of the ballroom.
Rosemary's got pretty legs, hasn't she?
Don't you men talk about anything but women's legs?
I just noticed they had a good shape is all.
How would you like it if we women went around talking about your legs all the time?
Go ahead. They're my legs if you want to talk about them.
Never seen anything so ugly. Men's skinny, hairy legs. Never seen anything so ugly. Young man, let's see your legs. Pastor New, we're all here tonight. Every man here's got to show his legs.
Honey, he's got on boots.
Okay, then he's got to dance with me. I may be an old maid school teacher, but I can keep up with you. Oh, come on, cowboy. I used to have a boyfriend who was a cowboy. Met him out in Colorado. He said he loved me because I was an older woman and had some sense. Took me up in the mountains and proposed. Wanted me to marry him right there on the mountaintop. Said, gotta be our preacher, the moon, our best man. Ever hear such talk, did you? Well, where are you going? You gotta dance with me.
Ma'am, I guess I just don't feel like dancing.
I can keep up with you. I can keep up with you.
Rosemary. Rosemary! He's dancing with Madge. They're young people.
Young? What do you mean they're young?
Oh, Oh, I'm sick.
Millie!
I want to die. I want to die.
Millie!
What'd the little Dickens do? Get herself tight?
Take it easy, kid.
I suppose that's something wonderful. They're young.
Let's go inside, Millie.
I hate you. Madge is the pretty one. Madge is the pretty one.
Millie!
Mom's going to be furious.
She must have had several good snifters.
It's all his fault, Howard.
Now, honey.
Millie, it was your date. You should have been looking after her. But instead, you were too busy making eyes at Madge.
Honey!
And you're no better than he is, Madge. You should be ashamed.
Miss Sidney.
Who fed whiskey to my Millie?
He did, Mrs. Owens. Saw his
Mother,
wife.
that's not
Mrs.
so.
Owens, it was this way.
My Millie is too young to be drinking whiskey.
Oh, he'd have fed her whiskey and then taken his pleasure with the child and then skid out.
Now, everyone, let's just
I
calm
know what
down.
I'm doing, Howard. You've been stomping around here in those boots like you owned the place, thinking every woman you saw was going to fall madly in love. But here's one woman who didn't pay you any mind.
The boy hasn't done anything, Mrs. Owens.
Aristocratic millionaire, my foot. You wouldn't know an aristocratic millionaire if he spit on you. You're just a piece of Arkansas white trash and bragging about your father. And I bet he was no better than you were. I bet you lose that job before your 2 weeks is up.
None of us saw Millie drink the whiskey.
Just because you were young, you can push the old folks aside. You'll end your life in the gutter and it'll serve you right, because the gutter's where you came from and the gutter's where you belong.
Rosemary, shut your mouth!
Millie's going to be perfectly all right, Flo. Alan held her head and let her be sick. She's going to be perfectly all right now.
I want it understood that there's to be no more drinking on this picnic.
It was all my fault, Mrs. Owens. My fault.
And here's Millie now, good as new. And we're all going on the picnic and forget it.
Hal, what happened?
Al and Millie will come with us.
Sure, Mrs. Owens. Hal, I told you not to drink.
Let's go. All the tables will be taken.
Madge, why did you wear your new dress?
I don't know, I just put it on.
Go upstairs and change this minute. I mean it. You'll come with Rosemary and Howard.
Young man, you follow in their car?
Alan, help me with Millie. Millie, darling, are you feeling better?
Mr. Bevins, tell Madge I'll see her up there.
I mean, our car. Oh, dear.
He's just a boy, Rosemary. You talked awful.
What made me do it, Howard? What made me act that way?
You gotta remember, men have feelings too, same as women. Young man, don't pay her any mind. She didn't mean a thing.
I don't want to go on a picnic, Howard. This is my last night of vacation, and I want to have a good time.
Anything you say, dear.
I want to go for a ride, Howard. I want to drive it to the sunset. I want to drive it to the sunset.
You're a wonderful dancer.
Thanks.
And I can tell a lot about a boy by dancing with him. Some boys, even though they're very smart or very successful in some other way, when they take a girl in their arms to dance, they're sort of awkward. And a girl feels sort of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But when you took me in your arms to dance, I had the most relaxed feeling. That you knew what you were doing, and I could follow every step of the way.
Look, baby, I'm in a pretty bad mood.
You mustn't pay any attention to Miss Sidney. Women like her make me mad at the whole female sex.
Look, baby, why don't you beat it?
What's the matter?
What's the use, baby? I'm a bum. She saw right through me like a damn X-ray machine. There's just no place in this world for a guy like me.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
Of course. You're young. And you're very entertaining. I mean, you say all sorts of witty things, and I just love listening to you talk. And you're strong. And you're very good looking. I bet Miss Sidney thought so too, or she wouldn't have said those things.
Look, baby, let me level with you. When I was 14, I spent a year in reform school. How do you like that?
Honest?
Yeah.
What for?
For stealing a guy's motorcycle. Yeah. I stole it. I stole it because I wanted to get on that damn thing and go so far away so fast no one would ever catch up to me.
I think lots of boys feel that way at times.
Then my old lady called the authorities. I've done everything I can with the boy. I can't do anything more, so off I go to damn reform school.
Gee.
Finally, some welfare league calls me out, and the old lady. Sorry to see me back. Yeah. She's got herself a new boyfriend, and I'm in the way.
It's awful when parents don't get along.
I never told that to another soul. Not even seen one.
I wish there was something I could say. Or do.
No, but that's the Hal Carter story. No one's ever gonna make a movie of it.
Most people would be awfully shocked.
There you are, baby, if you want to faint, or get sick, or run into the house and lock the doors, go ahead. I ain't stopping you. Baby, what'd you do?
I'm proud you told me.
Baby.
I just get so tired of being told I'm pretty.
Baby.
Don't. We have to go. We have all the baskets in our car, and they'll be waiting. Really, we have to be going. How?
Just be quiet, baby.
Really, we have to go. They'll be waiting.
We ain't going on no damn picnic.